I just got this scam email that's like, your bill of sales premiums has been renewed, with like an attachment of an invoice, and it's from Tomothy. Tomothy. And it's like, if you're going to try to scam people, perhaps don't use the name Tomothy. You know, it's like immediately I'm just like, what the hell is this? It's like no one knows anyone named Tomothy. No one's like, oh, Tomothy Sherman, yeah, from high school. Like, it's like, why do such a wild name where it's like, what, Tomothy? You're just like, I instantly know this isn't real. Like, why go through all of the drama, all the process of trying to scam people when you're just going to present yourself as a Tomothy? It's like, well, why do you do all this work if you're just going to immediately alert people that this isn't real? Because no one knows anyone named Tomothy. I mean, in that same breath, I was at In-N-Out a few weeks ago, obviously, just hitting that drive-through. And I just always look at people's name tags like I'm just, why not know their name? Like they're standing in front of me or whatever. I'm in my car, whatever. And this guy's name was Sebastian. Z-E-B. A lot of spelling early on in episode 132. I have no idea if it's episode 132, let's be real, but it probably is. Sebastian. Z-E-B-A-S-T-I-A-N. I'll use it in a sentence. When I graced the In-N-Out drive-thru, I was greeted by a man named Sebastian. And yeah, his name was just Sebastian. And I was like, I was like, wow, Sebastian, that's cool. And he was acting like his name was like, God, it's like the longer you just hesitate, then it's like I'm faced with all these options. Like I could have just picked a name. Okay, he's acting like his name's John. Like I was like, wow, Sebastian. And he was like, yep. Like he was like, as if like that was just a completely normal thing. I mean, he wasn't like rude about it, but it was just like, he wasn't like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I get it. Like, I guess having like sort of a different name, it's like sometimes I'm just not in the mood to be like, I know, Chase. Yeah. Like, I know. Yeah, you've met a lot of guys named Chase. It's like, sometimes I'm just like not in the mood to go through it. And maybe that's just what Sebastian was feeling that day. And all right. Welcome in. Welcome back. It's been 4 years and it's good to be here. Lord, September. September has just, I've been out of state. I've been on a couple small road trips. I mean, on Friday I went to Palm Springs just for like a few hours. I went with my mom and my sister because my other sister is getting married in late October in Palm Springs. So I went with them to just like finalize some like flower situations, like test some cakes and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, it's just a wild process, like one that I just can't quite feel anything for. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, everything is stressful and it's just like, for what? But listen, do what you got to do. That's just me, But yeah, so that was Friday, and then Saturday I popped by Santa Barbara. I had a show Saturday night, and yeah, it was like my boyfriend came with me, and we were initially going to sleep there because our friends are like staying in Santa Barbara for a couple months, and we were like, oh yeah, we'll just like they were like, just spend the night. And then it turned into like, I don't know, like the day before we were leaving, we were like, wait, like, are we really gonna like spend the night? Like, is that necessary? Like, I had to be back the next day for ballet. We'll get into it. Like, so much has transpired since episode 131. But yeah, we were like, wait, why are we sleeping there? And then we're like, okay, we're not gonna sleep there. And then like it turned into a thing where it's like we actually didn't even see our friends who lived there. Like, I don't know. In my head, we were going super early in the day, and then we just ended up leaving at like around 1:30. There was so much traffic, and yeah, but it all turned out for the best, and it was really, really such a fun show and just like a fun little pop out, and I guess I don't have too much to say about that, so I don't really know why I mentioned it. Just getting back into the swing of things here, but it's phenomenal to be back. I hope September is just treating you well. It's not over. Oh, and on that note, okay, so the other night, on Thursday night, so this was September 21st. On Thursday night, I was just like, because I feel like once it just gets into the 20s of September, like summer's really over, and it just becomes, the air just becomes different. Like everyone's outlook becomes different. Like it just changes so quickly. And that's what I was feeling on Thursday, September 21st. And I was like, I don't know, because I just feel like people are like, all right, now we're doing Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever, the year's over. Like people just stop in September. And I was just like, I don't accept this. Like I don't accept this whole thing of like, well, another year gone by, like this is what we did. I'm like, so I Googled, this is September 21st, Thursday night, I Googled how many days are left in the year. And I was shocked at the number that appeared before my eyes, because that number was 101 days. So this is Thursday night at like 9:30 or something. So the next day, Friday, which was coincidentally the first day of autumn, that's what it says in my calendar, first day of autumn, there's 100, when I wake up tomorrow morning, and thank you God for that I woke up, there are 100 days left in the year, a crisp 100 days. That was on Friday. So we're at 97 right now. But I was just like, okay, so there's 100 days. It's not over. It's like, do you know how much you can do in 100 days? Do you know you could change your entire life if you wanted to in 100 days? Like, it's so difficult because it's like, it's not 100 days like from March till whatever. It's like the last 100 days. So people are just looking at it as like it's over. But it's like if you isolated 100 days and don't think about what month it is and don't think about how the calendar year ends in December, like you have nothing but time. So now I wrote on my whiteboard, I'm doing a countdown because I'm just like, there is so much time to just still do everything and improve. And like, we cannot just be like, the year's over, like whatever, like I'm just gonna like slowly start to give up. And I don't know if people are doing that or even if people realize they're doing that. But I think there really is something to like, okay, like this is what time of year it is. Now we're just plummeting to the holidays and like what, like all the things I wanted to do maybe that I didn't get done, like I can't do it. Like I'll just have to start it next year. And it's just like, I don't know, it just really hit me so hard. I was like, there's 100 days and people are just acting like tomorrow's Christmas and like you didn't accomplish what you wanted to. So, you know, I'm just putting it into high gear over here. Like I'm not taking my foot off that gas pedal. And that doesn't mean like I'm trying to overwork myself, do all this stuff. Like I'm doing all the things that I wanted to do for myself. Like I just finished my 29th book of the year and it's just like, I want to read 50 books this year. Like I need to kick it up. I've been reading like an absolute maniac. What did I just read? I read A Cabin in the Woods. I found it in a little library. And at first I was like, is this one of those things where it's like, I don't need to read this book if I'm not feeling it. It's like, I didn't buy this book. It just came across my path, and I like scary books, and, you know, so I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's been a while since I've read something scary. But when I first started it, I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not that into it but I've just been trying to read all different styles of books. And then one Saturday night, like, it was such a unique day. Like, a few days before my boyfriend and I came back from Montana. We'll get into it. Maybe. And Saturday was our friend Rob's birthday party. So, and it was like a super overcast day, and it was just like, wow, we're back in town, you know, and we like went to his birthday, and it was so fun. And it was like a 2 p.m. situation. And then around like, I mean, I usually feed Helena at like 5:30, and it was 5:30 and I was still there, and my boyfriend was too. And I was like, wasn't really ready to leave. And I was like, well, I was ready to leave. Like, I had a great time. Don't get me wrong. Like, I had a phenomenal time, but I was like, now I want to go home and feed my dog. Like, I want to go home and like do some things like I didn't get to do earlier, you know, like I'm ready for the next part of this day, the next chapter. And so I went home and I took care of Helena, and then like did some things. And then my boyfriend came home, and it was like 9 o'clock or something. I don't know why I'm saying this. It was just like a really unique night. Like, he actually ended up like passing out on the bed. Like, he was so tired just from traveling and stuff, and he went to sleep. And then I was just like, I just got in bed and read my book for 2 hours until I finished the entire book, A Cabin in the Woods. And I was like, I am glad I read it. I did enjoy it. And just like everything, I'm always like, what can I get out of this? Like, if there's just one thing I can get out of this. And this book really taught me about just like resiliency and trusting your instincts. And so that alone, it was worth it for, you know. And I know that wasn't the correct syntax of a sentence, but it kind of worked. And I think we can all agree on that. Then I polished off, oh my gosh, Dennis Lehane, who is one of my favorite writers ever. He wrote Mystic River. God, I'm blanking on the rest of them. Let me just see. But I just read his book, Small Mercies. He wrote Gone, Baby Gone. Shutter Island, anyone? One of the craziest movies I've ever thought about in my life. I still think about it. Like, you know, the trend on TikTok, like you ask your boyfriend or whatever, husband, whatever, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? It's like, I want people to ask me, like, how often do you think about Shutter Island? And it's like every fucking day. Every day. That movie blows my mind off. It's so crazy. But Dennis Lehane is just truly, I think, one of the best writers I've ever read. Like, it's just there's levels, you know. It's like you read books and it's like, yeah, you wrote a book, you know, like you did it. And then it's just like, really, it's art. And every sentence is just a joy to read. And I'm just in awe of all of it. And I just read his book, Small Mercies, and it was really, really good. I just get so emotional when I read books that are set in Boston, or movies that are set in Boston, like The Town, anyone. Like, I just get so emotional. Like, Boston is so emotional for me. Like, just, I don't know. It's crazy. And anytime I'm like reading a book about it, I'm like, I can't believe I don't live in Boston. But perhaps someday I'll do part-time here, part-time there, also part-time in Hawaii, also a sliver of time in London. Like, let's just change it up, you know, let's just change it up. Now I'm reading a book, Deep Work, that is my boyfriend's, and it's just about, I mean, I just started it, but it's like uninterrupted time and how it's truly the only way to do anything. Like, you can't do 1,000 things in a day and really make any progress. So I feel like that's going to really shake me to my core. I wanted to buy this book And I know it's not good, but I usually order my books on Amazon, or I find them in the free neighborhood libraries. I mean, I honestly mostly get them from the free neighborhood libraries, and then it's like for every 5, I'll probably buy a book, and I buy it on Amazon. And I know that's not great, but it's like, what do you want from me? Like, the industry I'm in has been on strike for like 50 years, and like, I like, you know, it's a nice idea to just pay way over what it is on Amazon, you know, a bookshop, but it's like, listen, it's not like that right now. So I usually get it on Amazon. But this one, I was like, you know what? I really want to just buy it from a bookstore. I really wanted it yesterday. Like, I didn't want to wait. So I went to a bookstore, and this girl was so friendly. I feel like usually when you go up to them and you're like, hi, do you have a book? They're just like, yeah, what the fuck are you looking for? Like, she was so nice and friendly. And I told her, it's this book called The Mountain Is You that I've been wanting for a while. And she was like, you can't buy that at any bookstore. The author has an exclusive deal with Amazon. You can only get it on Amazon. And I was like, that's so crazy. Like, the one book that I was like, okay, I want to just like support a bookstore. I want to get it there. I want it now. It's like probably the one book that she's like, no, you can go to. I was like, wait, you don't have it here? Like, no bookstores will have it. She's like, no bookstores will have it. It's only on Amazon. And I was like, that's crazy. What are the odds? I don't know what just happened. I just blacked out. Like, I feel like I've been talking about books like I'm a manager of Barnes and Nobles. Like, okay, let's just keep moving. My God, I don't know. I saw on TikTok, like, this girl was like, things you can do, like, free things that are, like, to make memories, you know, like, cool free things to make memories. And what she did was her and her boyfriend, whatever partner, who fucking cares, husband, I don't fucking know, fiance, bitch, I don't care. Her and her man, they put glue. They went to the beach, and then they put glue all over their damn hands. Wait, I don't know the process. There was glue involved. They either put it on they put it on their hands, and then they put their hands in sand. No, I don't fucking know. They either put glue on their hands, put sand on that, and then pressed it to like a cardboard, you know, paper or whatever. Or they pressed their glued hands to the paper, took it off, and then, like, dipped it in sand. And she was like, voila. And it's like, what? Like, why the hell did you just do that? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard or seen. Okay, I don't need to say it's the stupidest, but it's just like, what are you guys doing? Like, you really need a freaking cardboard thing of your hands in sand, and now you have glue everywhere. It's just like, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Like, it's just like certain things, it's like, all right, no. Like, I don't accept this, you know? Like, this is just not great. This is not a great idea. Like, just because you made like a cute video about it doesn't mean that it's like actually a good thing to do. Like, I don't know why it infuriated me. And I'm just like still thinking about it. Someone comes over to their place. They're like, what on earth is that? And they're like, oh, honey, do you want to tell him or should I? I'll tell him. Yeah, like a couple months ago, we just went to the beach and we bought some Elmer's glue, some cardboard paper, and yeah, we just poured this glue all over our hands. It was disgusting. And then we dipped them in sand, and then we just sort of smashed them onto this paper, and that's what you see before you now. So, you know, life is what you make it. I was walking Helena this morning, and we were walking, and I saw this woman, this kind of older woman, and she was like, I saw her like wiping her nose with the tissue, and I was like, okay, she's sick, like, I don't know. And Helena was like smelling stuff, so I was just kind of like looking at her, and I thought she was crying, and then I saw her like wipe her eyes, and it turned out she was crying. And I was just like, oh, God, I hate to see something like that, And she was just leaning against this tree, crying, tears streaming down her face. And it was a delicate situation, and I understand sometimes, like, maybe I've been crying in public and it's like you just want people to leave you alone, but it's also just like, it's hard to do that. It's like if I see this woman crying, it just, I don't know. I just want to say something to her to just, I don't know, just maybe possibly distract her for a second or make her feel better. So as I was walking by her, I just said, I hope you feel better. And she said, I realized then she had AirPods in and she took them out and she was like, I'm listening to a really sad book. And I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, well, like you really have to recalibrate the situation. It's like, I'm thinking she's maybe just like lost her husband, her wife, I don't know. Like she's like leaning against the tree. It's like 9 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just like, whoa. And then she's like, yeah, I'm listening to a really sad book. And she's like, and this is at the very end. And then it's like, I felt guilty. Like she had to take out her AirPods to like address me. She's like, in the flow of this book, she's like, this is the very end. And I'm just like, oh, wow. I just like interrupted her. And yeah, she was like, I don't know if you've ever like listened to audiobooks, and like I wanted to be like, no, but I was just like, didn't really answer. And then she was like, yeah, the author himself like, did the audiobook, and he does like he can do all the different voices, and like it's just the saddest thing ever. And she was just like a mess. Like she was a wreck. And it was just like, yeah, it's like you never know what people are going through. People always say that. It's like, be nice. You never know what people are going through. And it's like, this bitch was just listening to a sad book on audiobook. It's just like, I don't know. I didn't feel this in the moment, but now I just feel like a bit like lied to, a bit cheated, a bit like I got sad for her for no reason. It's like, she's fine. She's just listening to a sad book. Maybe it's called The Current of Water. I'm not sure. It's on my phone and I'm using my phone to record, and the tripod is precarious and like I just can't be messing with it right now. It's something with water, and I think it's The Current of Water. Oh, fine, I'll look it up. And like I was like, oh yeah, I'll check it out. But then I was like, I don't know if I want to check it out. It's like I don't know if I need to be like sobbing on the street like listening to this. Okay, it is The Current of Water. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe. I have so many books I want to read, and it's not about quantity, but I am low-key trying to read 50 books by the end of the year, and I'm on book 30 right now, so we'll see. Yeah. I mean, I've been to ballet twice. Like, I'm pretty much ready for the Nutcracker. Like I'm just ready. I'm ready to just sort of invest in like all the gear. Like I had to buy ballet slippers, and that was a fun purchase. And yeah, this is my second class was yesterday, and I'm just loving it. And my legs are so sore, and it's just kind of wild. Like, it's just kind of wild to just step into this whole different world. And I am tempted to like, it's like now I want, like I wasn't for the first class going to get anything like clothing wise for it, because it's like, I don't even know if I like this, like I'm not going to like get a dang leotard or whatever. But now I'm just like, I want it all. Like I want it all. I want to put my hair in a damn bun, and like, it's just so fun. And I feel like it's just like a combination of so many things. It's like, one, it's like a great workout. It's like great toning. And then it's just like you get to just kind of get into this state where you're just like kind of graceful, and like everything you do is kind of poetic. And I'm like, imagine doing this for a whole year. Like I feel like I'm going to be a completely different person. I mean, there's only 6 classes like in a bunch. So I don't know, this woman's like renting the studio space, and if like enough people want to do more, I guess she'll do more. But yeah, there's only like 6 or 7 people in the class. Like, it's really low key and it's really fun. And I'm sad because I already am going to miss one, me and my mom, because it's my sister's wedding shower in a couple Sundays. So it's like I'm only going to do 5 of these classes, whatever. I'm basically a ballerina. I don't know if anyone can relate. Little trick that I learned, me and my sister probably did this like a couple months ago. Why am I talking about TikTok so much? I mean, on TikTok, we kept seeing this like brown butter latte that they had at Whole Foods, and it's like $4. Like, everyone was like, this is the most delicious drink of your life. It's like this gorgeous like iced latte brown butter thing, and it's $4. And so I did want to try it, even though I don't drink coffee. I was going to get a decaf. But it was also just like a thing to do to get out of the house. Like, I was like to my sister, I was like, let's go get this on Saturday, you know, like, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to explain this right. Sometimes on the weekends, like, I feel so much pressure to do things. It's like, what are we going to do? It's the weekend, you know? And sometimes you just have to like get out of the house and just like get the ball rolling, and just kind of like the day will come to you. It's like, just do anything. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to Disneyland, I'm going to the beach. Like, it doesn't have to be this huge thing. Like, my sister and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go to Whole Foods and we're going to get this damn latte. It was fine. Like, it was honestly extremely underwhelming. My sister got this like lavender latte or something, and it was 10 times better. But yeah, it was fine. But then it's like, it got us out of the house. It's like, now we're in the world. Now we're in motion. We're living. We're actively living life. And then we were like, oh, since we're here, let's go here. That's close by. And then we just had this whole little day that it's like, we're so busy, or I am at least, like trying to think of the perfect day, like trying to almost plan the perfect day, that it's just like, just go anywhere. Just make up an errand. Like, okay, cool. Let's spend $4 and get this stupid brown butter latte. But it's like, now we're just out and about. Now we're meeting life. And now it's like, once you're out of the house, you can just think more clearly about what you want to do. You know, it's like when I'm in my apartment, just like sitting in a chair, and I'm like, what do I want to do? And now it's like, I'm going through all the options, and now it's like, there's so many options, and I'm like, well, what's the best one? What's the most perfect one? You know, and it's just like, no, just get out. Just get out. And then like, you'll figure it out. I don't know. That was really impactful for me. And another really impactful for me, okay, so my dad has this like computer game, and it's called Shanghai. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it. I guess it's kind of like, is it called Mahjong? I don't know if I've ever said that out loud. Mahjong? Yeah. And we used to have this computer game when we were little, and it's so fun. It's like all these little like tiles with like different images on them, and you match the images. It's like whatever. And my dad plays it all the time. So he has like a ridiculous high score of like in the 2 minutes, which if you played this game, like that's really freaking hard to do. And so, you know, I don't play it every day. I play it when I'm at his house, like probably a couple times a week. So, but I always just play it, and I'm always just like, I hope I can beat my high score, which is like 428 or something. Like, it's not impressive. But when I first started, I was being in the 7s. I was being in the 6s. Like, I thought 5 was a great score. And then I got into 428, and I was like, okay. And now, so every time I play it, I'm like, I hope I can do it faster, you know? I hope. That's what I hope. But you can't just sit around and hope for things, can you? No, you can't. So I don't know what got into me. I was at my dad's house. I'd been there for a while, and I was like, I'm playing Shanghai. And I sat down and I said out loud, I didn't even mean to. I just said out loud, I was like, I'm going to beat my high score. That's what I said out loud before I started a game. And then I started it, and now I'm blanking on my score. I think it was 335. It was in the mid 3s. And like as I was doing it, like I was flying. Like I try not to look at the time. They show you the time, it's ticking by, and that all contributes. It's like you feel pressure if you can't find a match. You're like, oh my God, like time is moving, I have to go. And so I try not to look at the time, but I was like, wow, like I am flying through this. Like this feels so different than any other time I played this game. Like I'm just gliding through water. It's so easy to me right now. I see everything so clearly. And when I finished, I had gone almost 1 minute faster than my previous high score. And I was freaking out. I was so excited. And I was also just like, it felt like because I sat down and made an intention and said it out loud, like I wasn't like, okay, well, I hope I beat my high score, as if I'm not in control, as if it's not up to me if I beat my high score. I sat down and I was like, I'm going to beat my high score, and then I did. It blew my mind more than Shutter Island. Like I was like, I am the missing patient. Like, I just beat my high score because I said I was going to beat my high score, and it was incredible. So, yeah, it just really, I mean, I know about intention, and I always try to, before I go anywhere, I always try to be like, what's my intention going into this? Like, do I want to be present? Do I want to have fun? Do I want to, I don't know, whatever. Just whatever your intention is, it's like, it's because I feel like whenever I regret things or whenever I look back on something and be like, God, I just was not present at all, or I forgot something, it's because I didn't have any direction. Like I'm just like going from one place to another mindlessly. So it's like, even if I'm going into CVS, I'm like, what's my intention? Is my intention to get out of here kind of quickly? Is my intention to say hi to someone? Like, I don't know. It's just like, what is your intention so that you can just have a bit more direction and hopefully accomplish the things you want to accomplish, like getting a high score in Shanghai. Is any of this translating? I guess we won't know. I guess we simply won't know. There's so much to say about Montana, but fingers crossed, I'm going to do next week's episode with my boyfriend. He's going to be a special guest, and yeah, maybe we'll chat about it. But the Treasure State, you know, pretty cool description of a state. The Treasure State, it's like, what the hell does that mean? But I like it. Only Murders in the Building. I mean, potentially one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Like, they're just doing everything right. Like, they're making cool, creative decisions, and they're just pulling everything off. And, like, everyone on the show is talented. Like, it's weird. It's just weird. Like, I enjoy it so much. October is just booked and absolutely busy, but I'm excited. Like, let's just remember that just because it's October, it's like, just because it's technically at the end of the year, you still have so much time left. There's so much time left to do whatever you want to do. Like, I really just want everyone to know that. I could not believe it when I checked it, and it was like, there is 101 days left in the year, and it's like, it was the end of the night, so I was like, okay, so when I wake up tomorrow, it will be 100. Like, what are the odds I would check it on the day where there's just a clean 100 days left? 100 days. Who cares if it's the last 100 days? There's so much we can do in a good way, not like kill yourself to like get all this shit done that you don't care about that doesn't mean anything to you. It's like, what do you want to do? Like, I want to read a ton. I want to just like take my health up to new levels. Like, I just want to be hydrating, reading, and just like making things that I like and love, and like keep learning Spanish. And honestly, that's kind of it. that's kind of it. And I just want to like be present. Well, actually, maybe I want to get in the 2s on my Shanghai score. That could be good. But yeah, it's like get out in the world, get a brown butter latte just to get yourself out there. Read some books. I mean, I guess if you want The Mountain Is You, like you just have to get it on Amazon. Like it just is what it is. I still haven't ordered it. I need to. And yeah. I've had some people message me about the frickin' Jolie shower head. Like, I actually grazed some of my, like, skin yesterday, and I thought I was covered in velvet. It was so soft. I thought I was covered in silk. Like, I was like, what am I touching? And I was like, oh my God, that's my arm. That's my arm. Because it's like not only the Jolie is not just for your hair, like to block all the chemicals, it's for your damn skin. Like, I need a Jolie on every freaking faucet in my house. Like, now when I truly, like, go to my bathroom sink, I'm like, ew. I'm just like, this is nasty. Like, I try to brush my teeth in the shower. I wash my face in the shower. Like, because the Jolie is that impactful. I'm going to put the link, if you want it, in the description of the episode, just because people were asking me about it, so I'll put it there. So yeah, I'll put it in the description, but it is Jolie, Jolie, skin, co.com/Chase Bernstein. Again, you don't get any money off. Like, I don't know. I guess they don't do that, but I don't know if they like do sales or stuff. So if you just want it, and then yeah, use my code, because why not? What else, bitch? I don't know. Last week of September, it doesn't matter. We have 97 days left to do anything we want. I appreciate everyone who listens, who subscribes, who rates, who reviews. You are very appreciated. Yeah, I didn't mean to skip last week. I just I don't know. I just talked myself out. Like, I just talked myself into like a dark place, and I don't usually do that, but it was just like, I just can't. I felt like I just had nothing to give, and that wasn't true, but I don't know. The day just went by, and I was like, I can't do this. So, holy shit. I was about to end the episode, and then I just got this email. You're invited. Join us for DuoCon 2023. Absolutely, excuse me? Oh, it's virtual. Tune in on October 11th for all the latest on Duolingo, including an inside look at our brand new music course, a sneak peek into our biggest update yet. What the hell are they talking about? An exclusive interview with education activist Malala. And that is October 11th. Like I said, my October is booked and busy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sneak that in, but I am intrigued. I have a 307-day streak. It doesn't matter. Just take me to Mexico. I'm ready to speak. There's nothing like Spanish. I'm sorry. There's just nothing like it. Hope you're well. Take care. 97 days. I guess by the time this hits the airwaves, 96. You have all the time in the world. It's not too late. It doesn't matter. Oh my God. Because it really reminded me of one time I watched this last season I watched this Nuggets Warriors game. And I don't like the Warriors. And they sort of had, a history from the playoffs before where it's like the Warriors almost swept them and they were so just freaking cocky about it. And it's like, yeah, all of Denver's best players are out besides Nikola Jokic. It's like you guys are like acting like you did something so great. It's like you're playing basically a local pickup game plus Nikola Jokic. And even then, they won a game. So it's like, I don't know what you're on. But yeah, it was just like emotional, whatever. So then I forgot, maybe it was the first time they met during the season, but the Nuggets were playing the Warriors, and the whole game, the Nuggets were down. I don't think they were up even one time. Maybe they were like the first point, but for 4 quarters, they were down a range of points. And I don't quite remember, but it's like, whether they were down 10 points, 12, 3, they were never ahead. They were never, ever, ever ahead in this game. That's hard. That's hard mentally. And then the last 14 seconds or whatever it was, and I watched this video, I mean, it's like Shutter Island. It's like I think about this play probably 3 times a day. Clock's running out. Nikola has the ball. He looks like he's going to shoot it. He kicks it out to Monte Morris. Wow, miss him every day. He's not on the team anymore. He kicks it out to Monte Morris, who's standing outside the 3-point line. And as the shot clock is expiring, Monte shoots and makes the 3. I forget the details. I think Nuggets win by 1. And the game's over. They won. And it's just so it doesn't, ultimately at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that they were down the entire game. It's like they ended up winning. And to have the wherewithal to even still think there was a chance to be down the entire game, maybe you've been down this entire year. Maybe you've been down this entire year, but think about the Nuggets. They never, ever, ever gave up. They never stopped believing that they had a chance to win, even though they had no proof of it. Even though if they look up at the scoreboard, it's like, damn, we're still down. We're still not winning. We're still not ahead. And in the last however many seconds, when the shot clock was expiring, they overcame. They won. The Warriors went home losers. So it's like, this is the last play of the game. And we have to believe we can still win. And I do. And I hope you do too. And on that note, take care. Subscribe, rate, review. I'll put the full video on YouTube, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ChaseBernstein. It's crazy how long I've had a YouTube channel. Imagine if I just had the foresight, however many years ago, to just be I'm going to dominate on YouTube. Just how different things would be, whatever. We just have to keep moving forward. How many followers or subscribers do I have on YouTube? Because let's set an intention, I don't get more subscribers on YouTube because I'm not really trying to. Where the hell's my channel? Where the hell's my damn channel? Oh my God, I have 519 subscribers. I didn't even think I had 519. Okay, by the end of the year, I'm going to have 1,000. I'm gonna have 1,000 followers by the end of the year. I'm saying it. Bye. Will one of them be you? Possibly. Bye.